Okay, so welcome back to my coffee table, guys. So today I'm doing a review for HOF Fireteam. So that's Hordes of the Future Fireteam. This is a game by 15mm.co.uk, a link of which you can find down below in my descriptions bar. So it was written by a guy called Bob Monado, who's a madman, but a great man. He's got a great blog called MC Monkey Drew. And hello, Millie. And I'll put a link in there in the down below there bit for you as well, and also Gavin Syme, who helped write this too. I think he's the guy who actually put it all together. Well, he is. Okay, so I bought this at Salute, which was in April. It's now July, and I haven't got around to playing it. I'm not quite sure why, because I was really excited about this one. I even helped playtest this one along with hundreds of other people. And I've painted up loads and loads of models for it and sculpted lots of models for it, so I'd really like to give it a go. So I thought I'd do this video as an opportunity to kind of research what the game's all about and talk to you about what it's about and what I've discovered from flicking through it, looking at websites and other stuff. So it might look like I've lifted quite a lot from other websites. I have, so I'm not going to deny that. Okay, so let's start off. What is HOF Fireteam? So HOF Fireteam is a board wargame hybrid, and it is a small squad level, so small squads level sci-fi game. So hence the word team. That's why it's a fire team. So it's a bit smaller than squad, but it's not one man. What was I saying? The game is played on specifically designed battle boards. So where are the battle boards? I've got some here, I haven't even cut them out yet. So like this one here, you play on these, they're 20mm grid squares on a grid in which you move your models around, and it just makes the gameplay a lot easier. So you've got a kind of hybrid of a war game and a board game there. So you've got a few different kinds of teams in the game, and you've got fire teams, command teams, support and vehicles. And then by using kind of like luck and dice, well, dice rolls and your tactics, you carry out your mission objectives, and that's the whole point of the whole game. So you see lots of kind of short, punchy action in the game. The word that comes up quite a lot is dynamic, and they're rewarding, you know, supposedly. I haven't played it yet, so that's what I need to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully play this tomorrow and put up some videos of the games and let me show you what I think. So what do you actually need to play? Well, all you need to play is roughly 24 models, some D6, some counters, the battle boards, and this book. That is all you need to play, okay, just to get you started. There's a few different terms in the game, so it's going to take me a little while to go through. I'm going to do my best. So we're going to start off. You've got something called tech level. Now tech level represents how, like, what quality your equipment is in the game. So what your teams have in the way of equipment. So that can be armor or weapons. Okay. So in 40k terms, because I know a lot of you are 40k players, Space Marines might have tech level 4 weapons, whereas Grey Knights will have tech level 5 because they're just a little bit better. But then Orcs might have tech level 2 weapons because they're really crude. So you then use those to see whether you hit, whether your armour defends you, all that kind of stuff. So the movement in the game is done in squares, like I said, and you roll for movement in the game, but I'm going to go through that in a bit. You've got the teams, so there's, like I said, there's a few different kinds of fire teams. Unless they're a vehicle, they're normally 4 to 6 models. Vehicles can be anything from, I believe, 1 to 3, from reading the rulebook, that is. In terms of cover in the game, which I thought was quite interesting, I'm used to cover saves where you roll a dice and the cover save represents the cover. In this, it gives you re-rolls to your armour save, or to your armour tech level roll. So depending on how good the cover is, you'll get a certain amount of re-rolls. So if it's very heavy cover, then you'll get 2 re-rolls. So it's quite cool. There's quite a well laid out turn sequence, and that is that you roll for initiative. Having command teams gives you an advantage there. It's got a you go, I go system, so it'll be I use my first team, you use your first team, then I use my second, you use your second, stuff like that. And I believe that goes down in I'm getting confused. Yeah, so that's the way it works. Yeah. Okay. You then declare actions with a unit. I believe you can only do one action a turn with each unit. That could be move, combat, or overwatch. So move, you roll a dice for each team member, and that is how far they move unless you roll a 1 or a 6. Now a 1 or a 6 you can either choose to re-roll, or a 1 will give you higher cover, so it will give you a better cover save, and a 6 will give you a snapshot that you can fire off at an enemy unit instead of moving. Then there's the combat option as an action, and that is the attack action. So that's shooting, that's also combat, and so you roll to hit. When you roll to hit, you compare your tech level to hit, and then you roll on the damage table. So you'll roll using your tech level weapon against your enemy's tech level armor. Okay. Lastly, you've got Overwatch. Now Overwatch is very, very simple in this one. So a team may go on Overwatch and they can basically do a combat action in their enemy's turn, at any point in their enemy's turn. So let's say your enemy unit is moving. You can stop them halfway through their movement, shoot at them, and then they'll finish their movement off. Command teams have also got the option to scramble enemy command actions or their support actions, which is really, really cool, and that's as an Overwatch action, so I really like that. So that's all the actions. Then we move on to morale in the game. Morale is quite cool, it's quite simple. So you've got a morale level already that you are given when you get your army put together, and basically it's always in flux, or it can be in flux. So you roll 1 dice for each member of the team that has to make a morale check. If they all fail, then your morale goes down by 1. Otherwise, they can get pinned. There's certain things that happen to them that aren't very cool. If you're pinned, you have to move straight into cover. When the whole team is in cover, then you're no longer pinned. There are other kind of results to morale, but I'm not going to go through those now because you can read the rulebook yourself. Waypoints are quite cool. During the playtest they were an optional thing. Now they have become a definite thing that you have to have in the games. So on the boards you have waypoints. So if we look at this one, that's your waypoint, it's right in the middle of the board. So imagine multiples of this tile laid out on the table. Each tile has got a waypoint written on it with a number. Before the game, you look at the board and you decide your course of movement using the waypoints. Okay? And that will determine your path of travel. Command teams can actually alter your movement through waypoints during the game. That is the only way to do it. Otherwise, you always have to be moving towards your waypoint, at least 1 space closer towards it. Obviously, you can move the most convenient way. So if there's scenery in the way, a bit of cover, then you'll go around it, but you will go round the nearest possible way. Okay, so finally we've got army lists. So I haven't really spoken to you about points building and stuff like that. So in this book there's 3 different bits of background, okay, and there's army lists based on those. So you've got the Ion Age, you've also got some other ones. So if we go past Ion Age, you've got the Pan-Galactic Empire. So that is basically humanity against the galaxy. And then you have got the Teeming Future, which I believe is a near future post-apocalypse. So you can do any kind of sci-fi with this. It can be high sci-fi, it can be gothic sci-fi, it can be near future, it can be Victorian sci-fi, whatever you want. Okay? So the nice thing about it is that not only do they have these 3, like I was saying, you can develop your own fire teams with your own rules. So I've got a really crazy collection of 15mm models from 15mm.co.uk. So I'm going to be designing my own, whilst at the same time picking out some of these units too, because I think they actually work cross-referenced. So with that in mind, you can do whatever you want with it. Okay, so that is, in a nutshell, HOF Fireteam. Okay, so like I said, all you need is the book, some battle tiles. I've got all 3 packs, and some miniatures. Now 15mm.co.uk do a starter set pack bundle that you can buy, and I would definitely recommend, because you get the models you need to play, you get scenarios that you can play using those models, and you get all the tiles to use in those games. There's lots of articles online about how to use your tiles. I want to make some videos about how to make 3-dimensional tiles along with battle reports, and I'm going to show off some of my painted 15mm figures. So cheers for watching, guys. Please comment, rate and subscribe. I would really like to hear your comments about what you think about this game. Do check it out. I'm sorry for the haphazard nature of this video and how I've had some gaps in it. I did take some notes, but I did find them a little bit hard to follow. So hopefully I will be able to answer any questions you have a little bit more clearly in the comments. So once again, cheers for watching. I'll see you in a bit, guys. Bye bye.